Good morning, guys. Rich over here at Mr. Guns Firearms, Cave Creek, Arizona. And I don't have an NFA update for you today. I figured I would focus on something else that I deal with on a regular basis that was kind of hairy when I became an FFL, because there are a lot of guns out there, gun shows, auctions, police auctions, there's estates, there are massive collections where the guys are just looking to get out of it because they know their time is coming and their kids don't want it and their wives won't know what to do with it. And I can tell you some serious horror stories about, like, you hear about these killer guns and you're like, well, what happened to those guns? And, how much did they end up getting paid for them, etc. There used to be a dealer down the street, and he was notorious for taking advantage of little old ladies when they showed up there with collections or pieces that their husbands had spent a considerable amount of time procuring and cultivating, like these collections. And the story was that little old lady showed up in said gun store, which is now gone, by the way, showed up in said gun store with two HK416s. Now, does anybody know what HK416 is? HK416 is the HK equivalent of the AR-15 battle rifle, right? And so basically, HK came out with this platform, and it proved to be just as capable as a Knight's Armament or an LMT or an FN. So the problem was, like, for the average guy, these HKs were like 20 grand. Like, the uppers are like 7 grand alone, okay? And then everything else that goes along with them. HK makes the best magazines, HK, HK, KAC, like, all those guys make the best magazines. So there's the magazines you want, yada, yada, yada. So little old lady goes into the store down here. She's got 2 of these guns. Her husband, who knows how he got them, doesn't matter. They're still worth X, right? Guy buys both of them from her for $2,500. That's not speculation. That's not rumor. Like, I immediately, like, as soon as I heard about that, I sent my employee down there. I was like, dude, you gotta, like, where are they? Find out if we can get a hold of one of them or whatever. They were already gone, long gone. So anyhow, that's just some of it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be an FFL, be ethical, have some values. Like, it's just, I mean, I get it. It's part of it is, well, a lot of it is making money, but a lot of it is like getting exposure to the guns. And like, if you like guns, like I like guns, like I'm around guns all the time. I got guns in my house. I got guns in the store. I got guns in my car. Like, I go play with guns. I go shoot guns. I go, all my friends have guns. So it's kind of like this, it's a culture. It's a culture. So here's the latest example of an estate that I went to. I've been dealing with this doctor for a long time. And, what he likes to do is he likes to bring in his killer guns. And he'll go, oh, you like this? Isn't that nice? Oh, it's like brand new. Yeah, I got a lot of these. Have a nice day. And then he'll go back home. And I'm like, what the hell was all that about, right? So he's done this several times. Well, lo and behold, he calls me up. Knows a little widow. Husband's in a nursing home. He's in bad shape. And there's all these guns at the house. What are we going to do with it? Well, you know why he came to see me, right? Because he knows I don't screw people. I don't, and I go over to this house and I talk with this nice little old lady, and they have a list. Here's the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages of guns. Now, you can have 8 pages of guns and you can have 8 pages of crap. There are, and if anybody knows what a P38 is, there are 39 P38s on this list. 39. With all the appropriate holsters. With all the appropriate magazines. Huh? Like, these are that amount of P38s I've never seen anywhere. There's a couple dealers in the country that'll have them, and he bought a couple of those guns from said dealer. But that's outrageous. Like Lugers, yeah, that's one thing. But P38s, like, okay, and then we go into it again, right? Lugers, during a war effort, they just get anybody to produce the crap, right? Do you have tooling? It's just like the Americans did, right? Singer 1911s, Remington Rand 1911s, Switch and Signal 1911s. So the Germans did the same thing. They built Lugers everywhere. They had Walther was making P38s, Mauser was making P38s. They all kind of look the same. Well, a lot of those guns made it back here because back then you could battlefield bring back stuff way easier. Like you just stuck it in your gunny sack and you declared it when you came back here and you took it home. So this guy's got all these guns. So like somebody comes to me with a collection like this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like who do I call? Like what do I do? And not only that, he has the date when he bought it. He has what he paid for it. He has the serial numbers on it. He has like identifying marks. And like the dates when he bought it is pretty significant because then I know if he paid X then, and I go and I contact somebody and I say, yeah, like, okay, we're looking for a number for the whole thing because he has a total number on here, which I won't share with you because you'll fall over. Like if I go and I call somebody and we want to talk about this, like negotiate like what they're going to pay me for it, it's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood, right? I mean, for me, as a small business guy, like I'm not going to sit here, dude, there's 80, 90 guns on here. I'm not going to sit here and take pictures of all this stuff and try to get it listed online. I mean, that would take forever. So in my network, I know guys, right? So I put a call out over here and I talk to this guy over here and we're going to find out who can come up with the number and hopefully take it all. Now, the other nice thing about coming across collections is that there's stuff in the collection that I might want, right? And I get to cherry pick all that. So there's brand new Browning shotguns in the boxes that have never been out of the boxes. There's a brand new Model 42 Winchester pump high grade that's never been out of the box assembled. And if you know anything about those shotguns, they could be worth, you know, one of them's a 20 gauge. There you go. There's a 686 Onyx Dux Unlimited one in there. Like I looked that up. I was like, what, are you kidding me right now? Beautiful shotguns, beautiful handguns. There's all kinds of stuff. So estates are awesome because you get a lot of guns at once. And there's a lot of that around here. I've said it before in one of my other videos. I know a guy who's got 2,500 guns. He went to Vietnam. He came back home. He's one of the top 50 safe crackers in the world. He has 2,500 guns. Probably not that many anymore because I've sold like 150 of them. But I mean, do you know what that represents in a number? Because I'm going to tell you what they are. Brand new Smith & Wesson, brand new Colts, all in the boxes. Some of them never have been out of the boxes since the 70s when they were put in the boxes at the Colt factory and sent to the dealers. Pythons, Diamondbacks, Vipers. I mean, like, I've sold all this stuff for this guy. And back then, you paid $275 for a brand new Python in 1976. You know what a brand new Python in the box is right now? Never been out of the wrapper? $4,000. The boxes are worth $300. So anyhow, I've called Rock Island Auction and I had a conversation with them. So basically what I'm trying to do, like when I get exposure to these collections or multiple pieces of the same thing, is I'm trying to do my homework. Because the more homework I do, the more I can maximize the sale, the more I can get my chunk and then give the widow a nice check. And she's going to be happy and she's going to tell other widows. And this is how this stuff keeps coming in. That's how this stuff keeps coming in. It's a nice side of the business. I get killer stuff, just amazing pieces. So if it's not all gone by the time I go to the gun show, I'll go to the gun show. We're talking about potentially like working with this large big box store in accumulation and giving them like 100 guns a month. Well, I can do that. I can run around online and I can buy guns. I can go to gun shows and I can buy guns. I could put a simple ad up and get people to bring me guns. So, and as long as I have like a backer, like a money guy, good to go. I can buy a whole pile of guns and I can send them out to this guy and have them all gone. What does that represent per month? More than people walking in the front door and buying guns, because right now I have 50 auctions up on Gunbroker and I'm looking to get another 50 up this week. And that is going to be my steady, right? Steady, kind of like sales online. Sold a gun yesterday. It was Sunday. You know, the guy's calling me at 10 o'clock in the morning, like trying to buy this gun for me. So making money while you sleep. The stuff is making money. I'm taking pictures. I'm putting up listings. I'm on Guns International. I'm on Gun Broker. I'm talking to the buyer. Like, I got all kinds of stuff going on, trying to figure out where to get rid of guns all the time. And then I get what I want. Right? And that lets me buy a machine gun. That lets me buy whatever. I won't get into too much detail because I'll spend money on other things other than guns. So that is my contribution to you today about the FFL side of collections, estates, auctions, etc. You guys are asking great questions. I try to get back to as many as I can. I haven't gotten to the point now where I can't answer everybody. So if you go through the comments, you'll see that I've responded to a lot of your comments. Like, subscribe. Please share with your friends, bad_shooters on YouTube, and look for me on Instagram at Mr. Guns, MRGUNZ_CC for Cave Creek. At MRGUNZ_CC. That's me. Keep coming back, guys. I appreciate your following me and really helping me out.